In the annals of Australian history, few events are as shrouded in mystery as the disappearance of Prime Minister Harold Holt in 1967. Harold Holt became the 17th Prime Minister of Australia in January 1966, following the retirement of Sir Robert Menzies. Holt was a career politician, entering Parliament at the age of 27 and becoming a government minister at the age of 31. Holt refused a security detail upon taking office, considering it unnecessary and potentially alienating to the general public. His stance changed after two incidents in mid-1966. A window in his office was shattered by a sniper, and then an assassination attempt was made on Arthur Calwell, the leader of the opposition. Holt grudgingly accepted a single bodyguard for his official duties, but refused any protection while on holiday, regarding it as a violation of his privacy. His wife Zara later suggested that this was so he could hide his extramarital affairs. Holt had been in reasonably good health throughout his life, although he had a family history of premature death. His father had died at the age of 59 and his older brother at the age of 57. Holt himself suffered a severe concussion in a road accident in November 1955, in which the driver of his ministerial car was killed. In September 1967, Holt began treatment for a painful shoulder injury that he had originally suffered playing football in his youth. He was prescribed painkillers and twice-weekly physiotherapy. A few days before his death, he had been briefly examined by his personal physician, Marcus Founds, who advised him to avoid overexerting himself and to cut back on swimming and tennis. One day, when Holt had been driving back to Portsea with his group, Holt suggested that the group stop at Cheviot Beach for a swim. It was about 12:15 p.m., and he wanted to cool down and work up an appetite before lunch. Holt knew the area well and had swum there many times. Holt did not hesitate in entering the water, despite a large swell and visible currents and eddies. Stewart was the only other swimmer, as the others considered it unsafe. Stewart stayed close to shore, and even in the shallows felt a strong undertow. However, Holt swam into deeper water and was dragged out to sea. The others called out to him, but he did not raise his arms or cry for help. He soon slipped under the waves and soon out of sight, as like a leaf being taken out by wind so quickly. An enormous search operation was mounted in and around Cheviot Beach, but his body was never recovered. Holt was presumed to have drowned, and his memorial service 5 days later was attended by many world leaders. It is generally agreed that Holt's disappearance was a simple case of an accidental drowning, but a number of conspiracy theories surfaced, most famously the suggestion that he was a spy from the People's Republic of China and had been collected by a Chinese submarine. Holt was the third Australian Prime Minister to die in office, after Joseph Lyons in 1939 and John Curtin in 1945. As we delve into this enigma, we uncover not just the fate of a prime minister, but the shadows that dance around power and the length to which one might go to evade it. The truth may be lost to the tides, but the questions linger, beckoning us to explore the depths of political mystery. This is how the story of Harold Holt's disappearance concludes.